Hey everyone, it's Luke Play to Earn, and of course, I am Luke here today to talk about what is actually play to earn NFT gaming. If you're like me, 6 months ago, I had no idea anything about blockchain, crypto, NFTs. I thought anyone who was into this kind of stuff is just a gambler trying to, put money on crazy things like Bitcoin, and it's just going to go up and down and doesn't really have any value. I had no idea what any of this technology meant or was, and if you told me something about NFT gaming, I would have just looked at you and been like, hey, what is that? And for a lot of you, my community, you guys have seen me do Switch gaming, you've seen me do esports way back in the day, PC gaming, and recently this has been a new interest for me, NFT gaming. And if you're like most people, you're probably like, what does this mean? So I'm not a huge tech nerd. I'm not going to be able to explain all the background knowledge of what is blockchain and crypto and NFT, but let me just give you some real basic principles and show you an example with some games of what NFT gaming is and why it's so powerful. So an NFT, first of all, is a non-fungible token. Essentially, it's a digital item that you can own based on blockchain technology. That blockchain could be anything from Ethereum to Bitcoin to Matic to all these different blockchains that are coming out. And essentially a blockchain, in simplest terms that I can explain it, is just it's a storage of information. They put it in a block, all these transactions, whether that's money, whether that's the NFTs, and then all of these transactions and blocks are linked together in a chain-like formation, essentially meaning if you wanted to hack it, if you wanted to change these transactions and hack people's monies or NFTs, you would need a super mega computer to trick all these other computers and chain transactions. It would take a miracle. It would take the biggest supercomputer that you could, would have to put it by the sun to power it to, give it enough juice to overcome the blockchain. I don't know. That's an exaggeration maybe, but anyways, you can go look up more videos on that. Essentially, all you need to know is the NFT is safely secured on the blockchain, and you can own digital items. So, for example, there is an RPG action-adventure game that I like called Lost Relics. Now, what you can do is you can play the game, and you can get NFT drops. Alright, so you can see I'm here in the game of Lost Relics. Now, I have not been lucky at all in this game. There's some people who get so many drops. I've basically got nothing. You can see my stash here. This is all virtual items, so this is not on the blockchain. These are not NFTs. The only thing that I can get actually as an NFT was this one resource worth a couple cents, so I'm not going to sell it off right now because it's not worth it to me. But you can see and just look at this game and understand as we're playing, we can get these drops and make real money. So here we go, we're in the dungeon and we're playing this game, and as we're killing monsters, there's a possibility with every monster kill that we could get a drop up to, $7 grand or even higher, who knows. And this is a really grindy game. I'm not showing it to you guys as this is the game to play because, as I've said, I've made nothing off this game. I'm level 17, no drops. But I just wanted you guys to see a glimpse of you can play a game, like a dungeon crawler that you'd be normally playing and potentially earn drops that are worth something. And that's something that, I've never been able to see or do in the game, even though, I've played games like Diablo, I've played games like World of Warcraft or EverQuest. None of those drops you could ever do anything with except for maybe sell illegally on some secondary black market with the risk of getting your account banned because they didn't want you to do this. With NFT games, they're opening it up to you and say, yeah, you own the assets. We actually want you guys to sell these things if you're wanting to do that. Incredible. So this is an OpenSea market tier for Ethereum-based NFTs. You can see these are actual items that have dropped in the game that are now linked to your blockchain wallet. And this person, let's just look at an example, is selling this for 2 Ethereum, which in crypto is worth right now $7 grand. And you can see even before this was sold for 1 Ethereum about a month ago. So it's actually been sold. Someone has bought it. Someone made about $3 grand back a month ago when they got this item and sold it off on the open market. Now, of course, this is a mythical item in the game. There's probably like a 0.0001% chance that you're going to get this item, yada yada. But this is just an example of the power of blockchain. One that's more simple for me to understand that I've been playing is Splinterlands. You guys maybe have seen me stream it or do that video where I was opening up my season reward chest. Some of those chests gave me free cards that I earned. And these cards, I can go on here. I can put it on for sale. There's other people selling it for only 17 cents right now. I could rent it out to other players, earn dark energy crystals, which are also worth, half a cent. I could be making that per day. I could go out and take my card and I could send it to a friend because I actually own this card. And the power behind that is incredible because, most of the games that we're used to playing, we will rent or we'll essentially buy skins, but we don't actually own them. Or we buy an item and we don't actually own it in World of Warcraft or League of Legends or whatever it is. You're essentially just renting that from the game because you can't take it out of the game. You can't sell it to another player. You can't give it to a friend. You don't really own these assets that you are paying for. And, I spent hundreds of dollars, maybe not that much, but maybe $100 on skins. I'm not a huge skin buyer in League of Legends. And if I had gotten to, actually own that, now that I'm done with the game, I don't really play it anymore. I could sell it off, maybe make my $100 back. Maybe those skins, were rare and you can't get them anymore. And maybe when I sold off them, I got $500 back. Who knows? It's a cool experiment with this new technology coming out. There's games coming out all the time. There's new NFTs. There's lots of tricks and traps to it. So I'm not saying this is for everyone, but this is something that really interests me. And I think a lot of people get into this space first thinking, okay, yeah, I'm going to make, $1 million. I'm going to get those random drops. You saw that drop on Lost Relic, right? It's worth $7,000. Imagine if I'm playing this game and I could earn $7,000. Well, again, these are very unlikely numbers that you're going to hit. But even just think about it this way. This is how I'm thinking about it. Normally, I would buy a game for $60. I did this on the Nintendo Switch time and time again because, Nintendo, they always charge $6 for the same games that they put out year after year, or Madden or FIFA or whatever. And when I put those $60 in, I know I'm not going to get it back, right? It's gone forever. But even if I'm playing a game that, I'm probably not going to get a $7,000 drop unless I'm extremely lucky. But what if even just per hour, more realistically, I was earning $1 per hour? I can do that on Splinterlands already. I've been playing for a month, and so I've built up my deck. I can realistically probably make $1 per hour. Now, that's not huge, but you think about some of these games, like League of Legends. I looked up my time. I put 269 hours into this game. And I have friends who have spent 10 times as that, 2,000 hours. Imagine if you were playing these games for 3 years and after that you're like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore. And all that equipment, all those skins, all of the champions, whatever it is, the items that I built up in this game, I could sell off as I exit the game, even if it was worth only $1 per hour. Some people will be exiting these games with an extra $3,000 in their pocket, whatever, to go reinvest in the game, buy other games, or just heck, buy a car, put it in your bank, who knows, whatever it is. I just think this is a really interesting thing that is starting to develop a new wave of gaming where you can actually own your assets. That's why I'm excited about it. I don't have these fantasies that I used to when I first learned about it that, oh yeah, if I just hit the right game, if I hit the right luck factor, I can, earn $10,000 this year from gaming. That's probably not going to be some people's or most people's experiences. If you do invest in a game and you do get in early and it blows up, there are people like that I've heard from Splinterlands earning, now with an inventory of $100,000 or $1 million even. That's probably not going to happen to 99.9% of us. But it's cool that it's happening to some people, and for the rest of us, just to make a few bucks here or there, I think it's worth getting into NFT gaming. But let me know what you guys think. Is this all just a craziness thing with what's going on in gaming? Is this all just a hype train that's going to die soon, and all of our investments are going to go to zero, like all of our other video games that we've bought in the past. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So drop it in the comments, meet me on Discord, and let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts.